And yes, we do wish that little goldfish well. Football now, and the Bundesliga's newest manager Clayts continues to struggle at Schalke. In fact, with no wins from his first 6 games, the Englishman has sensationally sacked assistant manager Rainer Widmeyer today. Breaking news just in this hour, in fact, is that a replacement assistant manager has been appointed, but the identity of such an individual is yet unknown. More details as we get it. Right, that goldfish. What was his name? Ralph. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Clayts. This is Clayts FM and this is Saving Schalke. It's episode number 3 today. Before we properly get into it, I just want to say thank you so much for smashing that like target last time. That's why you're getting the episode today on the Wednesday, the midweek bonus episode, because you hit 200 likes. Continue to do so. It really does help me out. And also subscribe to the channel too, because that also does really help me out. As you can see then behind me now, we did at the end of last episode sack our assistant manager, Rainer Widmeyer. Now, when I was thinking about who we could replace him with, I thought, you know what, I'll ask the comments, I'll ask a few people I know. I got some suggestions, the likes of Michael Laudrup was suggested. I drew up a short list, and I've made an appointment. Alright, I'm just going to be really honest with you here. I tried to sign Dennis Bergkamp, he said no. I tried to sign Michael Laudrup, he said no. I tried to sign Jari Litmanen, he said no. So, with that in mind, welcome, Gary Megson. How did he get a clap? He got a better ovation than I did. Yeah, so Gary Megson joins as our new assistant manager. I thought bringing in a new assistant manager would, help us out. I'm not sure it's going to make quite the impact I was hoping for, but we'll give him a chance. Welcome, Gary Megson. Anyway, on to today's important stuff. We start today's episode with a humongous fixture against Borussia Dortmund at home. Now, they are a fierce rival of Schalke's, so roll the very quick history lesson.
Dortmund and Schalke, the Revierderby. Originally born at the two clubs' proximity to each other, just 30 kilometres apart, the two cities did share lots of similarities though. You had Gelsenkirchen's coal mining, Dortmund's steelworks, and through this a natural rivalry developed. Schalke dominated the early days, whilst Dortmund have probably had the better of recent history. There was one part of history though where the two clubs dominated Germany before the rise of Bayern Munich. But still, to this day, it's considered the fiercest rivalry in German football.
So now you're up to date with why it's such a big game. We're going to go into this game now and we are looking for our very first win as the Schalke manager. 6 games played, 5 draws out of that though. I don't think that's too bad. I mean, we're not losing loads. The only game we've actually lost is against Bayern Munich. In fact, we've drawn so many games that the last episode got a comment from one of you that said, did you used to be an art teacher since you love to draw so much? Which, to be honest, I resent that as a comment. Anyway, I'm over it. Let's see how we get on against Borussia Dortmund in this massive derby.
And in today's Revierderby, it's 4-4-2 for manager Clayts here at Schalke. He doesn't stray too far away from the norm. His back four, one of the leakiest defences in the Bundesliga, is made up of Orihuela at right back, Kolasinac at left back, Stambouli and Sane in the centre. The midfield four, Amin Harit continues his resurgence in the team. It's Benito Raman on the right-hand side in the absence of Schopf, who is ill. Up front, Hwang Hee-chan is the main man. He's partnered by Paciencia today, looking to fire the goals that can give Clayts his first win as Schalke manager.
The two teams came into this game in very different league positions. Dortmund sitting 5th, while Schalke propped up the table in 18th. After a highly contested start, it was Hwang Hee-chan that gave Schalke the lead in the 9th minute to the delight of the new management. A smart finish from the striker who has made a good start since his January move from Leipzig. Just after half-time, Schalke's lead was doubled. Paciencia on hand to apply the finish, and it was nothing short of deserved for the Gelsenkirchen club. Manager Clayts perhaps unable to hide his surprise at the situation his club found themselves in. Delight turned to concern though in the 54th minute as Dortmund were awarded a penalty and Erling Haaland duly dispatched. Manager Clayts clearly asking for 100% commitment from his players. Something Stambouli clearly took very seriously as seen by this clearing header.
The commitment and effort levels of the Schalke team wasn't enough, and the comeback was complete as the team in yellow levelled things in the 57th minute, courtesy of Marco Reus. But the pendulum didn't stop swinging there, and it was Schalke that once again regained the lead. It was a fantastic Amin Harit strike, but once again, Dortmund would not be stopped, and they came charging back and equalised through Thorgan Hazard. 3-3 going into the last few minutes, but the drama didn't stop there. It was Schalke that could have won it late on. A shocking miss from Suat Serdar, who had the whole goal gaping but was unable to convert. On the Schalke touchline, it was clear to see that new assistant manager Gary Megson made his mark, urging manager Clayts to throw on Matthew Hopp. But despite the late substitution, there was nothing to separate the two sides. 3-3 the final score in a hugely compelling Revierderby.
And so following that 3-3 draw, which I actually think we probably could have ended up winning, we're a little bit unlucky not to in the end, although they're obviously a pretty good team. We find ourselves 5 unbeaten, which I feel like this is definitely steps in the right direction. We just still haven't won a game yet, and I don't know what more we can do to win a game. I'm really hoping that in the next few games, which I'm going to go away and play now, we're hopefully going to get our very first win at the club. We've only got 11 games to go. I'm going to go and play 4 of them now. We've got Mainz, Wolfsburg, Borussia Mönchengladbach and Bayer Leverkusen. We're at home to Mainz, away at Wolfsburg, home to Borussia Mönchengladbach. I need to stop saying the whole name there. And away at Bayer Leverkusen. Surely in these next 4 games we can get that first win. Look at that, a run of 5 draws in a row. It's a little bit weird actually. 0-0, 2-2, 1-1, 0-0, 3-3. Surely we can go and break that duck now. I feel like I say this every episode. Surely we can get our first win here. I'll be right back after these games. I just thought about it and realised you probably want to see the league table again. We're still bottom, as you see there. See you after those 4 games. And I'm back, and look at this for a result. We have won our very first game as Schalke manager. 3-0 against Mainz at home. We were superb. Hwang Hee-chan getting us off to a brilliant start in the 14th minute. A nice finish from him. And then he was involved at the near post as Alexander Hack hacked into his own goal. We'll take it though to put us 2-0 up. And then Matija Nastasic right at the end from a set piece. 90+1. Gary Megson coming in with his set piece knowledge. Apparently it works. We won our first game 3-0. And I was thinking, this is it. We've turned a corner. But no, it wasn't to be the corner actually. We actually lost the next game. Yeah, no, then we did lose to Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg, a good team. Paciencia scored for us in the 49th to put us 1-0 up. They equalised with a penalty in the 61st minute, as you can see here. And then it was Renato Stefan who scored the winner for them late on, 81st minute, and we threw it away a little bit. Lost that game. Quite annoying, but then we did go back to the normal us and drew a game in the game after this. 2-2. Borussia Mönchengladbach, by the way, top of the league at this point. We drew 2-2 with them. Suat Serdar did get himself sent off, which did not help proceedings, getting sent off in the 50th minute. We actually went 1-0 up in the first minute. Nastasic with this goal. Dennis Zakaria smashing home in the 15th to equalise. Marcus Thuram scored for them from the spot. Another penalty conceded. I feel like this might be an issue we've got at the moment. But we did manage to get an equaliser from Salif Sane from this set piece. 2-2 the final score against the league leaders. Not a bad result. However, we do need to start turning these draws into wins. Just the 1 win under our stewardship so far is probably not good enough. And then the final game, before I'm back here now, was a horrible match. We lost 3-0 to Bayer Leverkusen. They scored in the 34th minute, Palacios, as you see here. Demirbe, another penalty late on to add a little bit more salt in the wounds. And then they chucked loads more salt in as Wendell scored in the 92nd minute. 3-0 probably flattered them a little bit. We've got loads of bookings. We've actually got loads of suspensions now, which isn't going to help anybody here. We've got 7 games to go to try and save our Bundesliga skins. Here's the league table. We're on 17 points. It's Arminia Bielefeld who sit in the position just above the relegation zone on 24 points. Stuttgart on 21, 4 points ahead of us, are in the relegation playoff game. Now maybe that is what we need to be aiming for. 4 points is doable with 7 games to go. We're just going to need to start churning out some wins if this is going to happen. 17 points on a minus 30 goal difference isn't great. The team, if we have a quick look at it, I've continued to play the 4-4-2. I think next episode we're going to switch it up. We're going to try something else. So if you have any ideas, comment them down below because I want to know your ideas. What should we use for this team? You can see here, here's a few of the suspensions that I was talking about. Oh, by the way, Schopf also has decided he's going to join Southampton. We've lost him. So there's another little bit of news there. He's off. Great. Bye, Schopf. But yeah, the 4-4-2, it looks like this. We've had a few different players playing. You see that Chris Richards played in that last game. The form players really is still Harriet. Schopf has actually been playing quite well. Salih Sane has chipped in with 3 goals now. He's been pretty useful. Hwang Hee-chan continues to score goals, but his form's died off a little bit since last time. I'm thinking we need to do something. Is it a change of formation? Is it bringing in the American sensation? I don't know. That might be the change. Maybe I need to have a word with Gary Megson and make that change. But I think we'll leave it there for today. Thinking to do. All right, hi Gary. Right, we need to do something. We are running out of time. We are running out of matches. I'm ready to listen. This player you're talking about, Matthew Hopp, is that his name? I still don't really know who he is. Apparently, I've had him on the bench a couple of times this year. Do we throw him in from now? Is this what you're saying? Yeah. Okay. All right, Gary. I'll see you at training tomorrow. The plan is Matthew Hopp is going to save us from relegation. Let's do this. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Yeah. Love to the wife. Bye-bye. Matthew Hopp, apparently.